Good morning, this is Kris Shoemaker, also known as Yehudah ben Shomeyr, and you're listening to Coffee with Kris, the time of the day where we share a cup of coffee and share a bit of the Word of God. It's a new week, therefore it's a new Torah portion, and it is the Torah portion of Ekev, which means because. Why? Well, because. And it's taken from Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 12, all the way to chapter 11, verse 25. Today, our Aliyah, our Sidra, takes place in Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 12, going all the way to chapter 8, verse 10, but I'm just going to hone in on a few verses in chapter 11, which is 12 through 15, which reads, "Then it will happen as a result of your listening to these ordinances, when you keep and do them, that Adonai your God will keep with you the covenant kindness that he swore to your fathers." Are you kind of catching this and getting the drift of this already? It's when you obey God, you keep his commandments and his instructions, that kindness and blessing upon your life will follow. It continues on in verse 13. "He will love you, bless you, and multiply you. He will also bless the fruit of your womb and the produce of your soil, your grain and your new wine and your oil, the increase of your herds and the young of your flocks in the land that he swore to your fathers to give you." He's going to bless you 6 ways from Sunday. He's going to bless you in every way possible. And you notice that little add-on to the end? In the land that he swore to your fathers to give you. They're not in the land yet, but he says you're going to go to the land. And when you go to the land and you obey me in the land, I'm going to bless you in the land. It's going to be proof that I love you and that I said I would do what I would do. I gave you this land and boom, you're going to be in it. So it goes on in verse 14. "From all peoples you will be blessed. There will not be male or female barren among you or your livestock." So barrenness in ancient times was always considered a curse throughout virtually every people group. He says that's not going to happen with you guys. Verse 15, finally, "Adonai will remove all sickness from you. He will not inflict on you the terrible diseases of Egypt that you knew, but will inflict them on all who hate you." So how is one to be blessed? How do you get blessings? How do you be blessed? By obeying and keeping God's commandments. Obedience leads to blessing and wellness. You know, it's not a name it and claim it proposition. If you want to claim it, you've got to be obedient before you can claim it. You just can't name it and claim it. You got to be obedient and then claim it. You know, obeying God's commandments in order to be blessed is similar to the correct and proper proportioned ingredients that leads to a delicious cake and not a charred paperweight. You know what I'm saying? Let's say that the ingredients to a recipe for a chocolate cake is like the commandments. If you are diligently to keep them and pay attention to the details of them and keep them to the best of your ability, you're going to end up with a delicious chocolate cake. Let's say that you don't put in all the ingredients, or you put in the ingredients but at different proportions not listed in the recipe. You're going to come out with a mess. You're going to come out with a charred paperweight. It's the same with the commandments. If you do your best to obey the Lord and keep his commandments with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, out of a willingness and a love in your heart for God, you're going to have blessing. You're going to have the beautiful cake of blessing. You're not going to have a charred paperweight that comes from disobedience. So let's keep that in mind as we go out through this week. Go out there and have a great day. Shalom and God bless.